Hey everyone, it's been a bit of a slow week in the veg patch, I'm not going to lie. What with work, the weather and my joints playing up, I haven't managed to get as much done as I'd hoped. But I did manage to tackle one important job. Let's take a look. These broad beans have been desperate to get in the ground. They were practically bursting out of their starter modules, so I'm finally getting them planted out. You can probably see I started a few holes earlier this week, but ran out of time. So I'm just going through them again and widening to ensure the modules just drop in. It's normally a good idea to let anything module sown dry out a little before planting out. It makes it so much easier to get the tiny plants out. However, I didn't want these growing too quickly and left them outside in the elements. Thus they're a bit fiddly to get out whole. And to protect them from hungry birds, pesky cats, and whatever other challenges winter throws at them, I've covered them with some netting. Hopefully they'll be okay, even if we get more storms, which are pretty much guaranteed where I live. Fingers crossed they're not in too late. Although, to be honest, even if the broad beans don't make it through the winter to produce a crop, I won't be too disappointed. They're fantastic for improving the soil. All those little root nodules are busy working with microscopic fungi to fix nitrogen, which is like a natural fertilizer. So even if I don't get to eat them, the soil will be healthier for it. Right, now that the broad beans are sorted, it's time to make a plan for tackling some of the other urgent jobs on my winter to-do list. This week, I'm hoping to get to first fix the chicken run tarpaulin. Storm Bert had other ideas for my chicken run cover. Time to get the ladder out and re-secure that. So some more salad. My previous attempt at winter salad was a bit of a disaster. I think the packet had been opened too long and not stored very well in the tunnel. Fingers crossed this fresh batch of seeds germinates properly. Check the new pond. Remember that shallow pond/bird bath I mentioned that I was making for the next backyard biodiversity bonanza video? I need to make sure it's settled properly and has shifted into its final place. Lifting off the protective cover, I don't want Mr. Hedgehog to fall in and not get out. I can see that it's looking good, if a little tanned. Not that it matters, because it will be refilled with fresh rainwater when complete. Spring onion ponderings. Speaking of things that didn't quite go to plan, I sowed some spring onions far too late earlier this year. Any ideas what will happen to them now? Will they grow into full-size onions next year, or just bolt? Let me know in the comments. And finally, fire up the heat box. And to get a head start on next year's seedlings, it's time to switch on my DIY heated propagator. I made this from an old chest of drawers. Added a heat mat, some standard 100-watt light bulbs, and a couple of computer fans for airflow. It's a bit rough and ready, but it does the job. I'll go into more detail about how I built it in another video, as I need to dig out my old plans and calculations, especially for the lighting. It's all about getting the right amount and type of light for the seedlings. So that's the plan for this week. Hopefully, I'll have more time to get out in the garden next weekend and make a dent in the rest of my winter jobs. Wish me luck, and I'll try to post an update video in a couple of weeks to show you how I get on. And don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments what jobs you are tackling in your garden at the moment. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.